million neurons. Specific groups of them working in concert provide us with the capacity to reason, to experience feelings, and to understand the world. They also give us the capacity to remember numerous pieces of information. There are three major components of the brain: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. Here is the cerebrum. The cerebral cortex is the outside portion of the cerebrum, also called it's the most complex intellectual thoughts and controls body movement. The cerebrum is divided into left and right sides, which communicate with each other through a thin stalk of nerve fibers. The grooves and folds increase the cerebrum's surface area, allowing us to have a tremendous amount of gray matter inside of the skull. Both of the cerebral hemispheres look similar, but each helps us to perform different functions. The left side of the brain is thought to be more influential in shaping reasoning and language, as well as scientific and mathematical skills. The right side of the brain is believed to have more influence over art and music, as well as insight and imagination. The left hemisphere controls the muscles of the right foot, while the right hemisphere controls the muscles of the left foot. In other words, the left side of the brain controls the muscles on the right side of the body. Body movements are controlled by a region of the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is also where we shape emotional reactions and expressions. Now, let's take a look at the parietal lobe. There are two parietal lobes, one on each side of the brain. The taste center is located in the parietal lobes. Here is one of the paired temporal lobes. All of the sounds that we hear are processed in the temporal lobe. They are also important for learning, memory, and emotion. The occipital lobe a person could become blind, even if his or her eyes continue to function normally. The cerebellum creates automatic programs so we can make complex movements without thinking. And here is the brainstem. It is critical for survival because it connects the brain with the spinal cord. The top portion of the brainstem is called the midbrain. Just below it is the pons, and below that is the medulla. The medulla, with its from injuries by an extra thick section of overlying skull. When we are asleep or unconscious, our heart rate, breathing, and blood pressure continue to function because they're regulated by the medulla. And that concludes a general overview of the components of the brain.